Hey, how are you everyone? It's live again. It's our Monday Momentum Monday. Today, I'm just wondering, it's 2 p.m. Eastern Time. My side, I'm now in the Forest Hill of New York City. How about you? Are you attending our live? Normally, really attending our live on site and on time. And actually, if even though I could not see you from Facebook Live, right? I can only see myself. But if you comment and if you show that I could see that eyes from the screen, just you can comment under my video. Let me know that where are you from. Today is can you believe that today is our 37th episode, and today's topic, and today I just want to make something fun and new. It's instead of just me sharing all these kind of strategies, points, and today is really, it's a salon. Actually, I've already prepared this topic, and tonight I will really go on the Zoom to have some bunch of entrepreneurs to get on that event. It's more like face-to-face and together, connect together and make friends and sharing experiences. And that's more maybe like a salon, right? And today this topic, even though on our Facebook Live, I'm sharing this topic so that you could use something we shared here to help you become a magnet to attract more like-minded people, partners, and your friends, and other entrepreneurs, build up connection. That's why today I did not call it like a networking. It's just not networking. How long we are all, I know that we are all most time still quarantined, even though we got the vaccine shots. Majority time people are still quarantined at home, staying. Most people are still staying at home, working, right? Since September, July at the beginning. New York City reopened and most workers get back to work in the companies. But I believe now, because of the pandemic situation, right, it's coming back, I guess more people will stay at home again. Thank God we have Zoom, right? We have Zoom, we have the internet, we have Facebook, we have all these social medias. That's why we are not really fully isolated. We can see each other and talk to each other, especially through Zoom, right? But it's not. But how long have you not been able to attend any formal social networking events? It's just like a normal networking events. But today, not just for networking, I want to focus more on connection. That's why I did not call it networking. It's more like connections. What's the difference, right? Networking, if you can still remember, I remember I could not remember when was my last time networking. Gosh. Maybe it's 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I went to Manhattan. Went to some rooftop bars, because that's quite popular in New York, right? Normally they find during nighttime. Majority of them are professionals, and some of them are entrepreneurs. Because the evening time is the most convenient time, right? So after work, people go to those popular places in Manhattan, some beautiful rooftop bars or some other club places, and that kind of networking, people just get the drinks. Of course, it's also good for those bars, right? They sell their drinks, and so that's why they welcome those networking events organizers to host such kind of events. But basically, they did not really do anything. I remember quite a majority of networking events I attended. Those organizers, they just for example, post these events on social media or meetup. They post it and share, and each of them promote for each other. And after it, and people buy tickets for example, from the events tickets. They bought tickets normally it's at least $20 or 25, sometimes $30. And people went to the locations and then meet bunch of other professionals, entrepreneurs. It's just a networking, and then a drink. And majority of the time, I could not even really see those organizers. Maybe sometimes because I was late, and they just had some big starter, right? Like a beginning introduction, and then they are gone. And or maybe just they have the administration at the gate to just check who registered, who paid money, and get in. And then all the rest is yours. You just get there, buy a ticket, buy your drinks, right? Hold a cup of drinks, and just hang around, look forever. Like all this kind of networking things is left to yours. And if you are lucky, after 2 hours or 3 hours, you get to know a few interesting people and get to know each other and chat a little bit more, right? And that's you're lucky, and you get each other's contact information and get back, and maybe on site you get to collect with each other on the social media. For example, I will invite people to connect with me on Facebook because that's the easiest way, and then you just get the name card and go back and then send the email, whatever. That's much slower, and if people can still remember you, right? So overall, my impression overall, that's why like networking is not really effective, and majority of people get bored. They can see those people, right? When you see their face, you feel like, oh, they are bored. They are bored. And some people, they use such kind of networking events for dating purpose, even though it's not really for dating, right? They just want to, maybe some people just too lonely. They want to get out, and after work they had nothing. They just want to drink and maybe get other people's company they're drinking. And that's my overall impression of networking. Majority of them are not that. Only one I remember networking, they had like a theme event. That theme event is about like a fashion show, and that's a little bit interesting because like a fashion show, at least you can see like if you love fashion, or at least not doesn't matter if you like it or not, don't like it, but at least you get some new idea, inspiration, some fun, right? Entertainment. That's a nice one. And another networking I remember was like based on your interest, went on like Central Park to walking, hiking together. That's another one. If you are like outdoor person, if you want such kind of meet up with other people, that's overall such kind of networking. Even in the most popular New York City, I did not so far find very effective or interesting networking events. Gosh, so that's why I try to avoid networking. This kind of words, it's like not so, it's maybe too over much used. But the difference is really I'm emphasizing is connection. Entrepreneurs connection. It's really here. You want to find some other people. That's why today I want to share with you how you can build up real connections instead of like all those like networking tips and those videos that teach you how to break the ice, how to chat, how to find some interesting topics to keep chatting and to know each other, and then get each other's contact. That's a majority people, majority teaching are talking about. Of course, including eye contact and how to make yourself more interested and like show more curiosity, listen to each other. That's great communication skills, right? But here about the connections, I want to emphasize more about the really the content, what do you share, and the connection, the different the depths of relationship you can build through such kind of a connection salon. That's what I want to facilitate online. Even though now we could not meet in person, I want to facilitate online. Of course, it's like if we can meet in person, the result will be even better. But even online, if you can follow those, like today I want to share a few tips or secrets, it can help you really effectively still build up great connections. And that's why people through, for example, podcast, why so many people now follow other people's podcast. Some great podcasts, they had millions of followers, or some like a YouTube channels, they have millions of followers. And why? Not some of them maybe because of fun, entertainment, connect a lot of people, but some other, for example, self-development industry, some great channels, they collect many followers and fans because the depths, the content, the inspirations they share with people, right? So here I want to emphasize just five areas. The number one, that really is the key. Number one, for you to really become a magnet to attract any people, the number one foundation is be authentic. Be authentic. You know, any kind of relationship is built above trust, right? If you want to have trust, Can you still remember how you trust somebody? How do you trust somebody? If that person you feel like they are not telling all the truth, if they are not like authentic, they're not fully honest, they are not fully like vulnerable to share with you who they truly are, and the entrepreneurs ups and downs, all this kind of a true person. Hi Athenia, I'm in the live video. How are you? No, you do not.
I didn't know.
Okay. Sorry for the interruption. My daughter, she loves to visit me to get my cell phone during my video. Okay. So how you can be authentic, if you can resonate that if other people, they are not authentic, fully open themselves, they are hiding something, you will feel it, right? Feel it. So we human beings, we are very advanced uh, animals, we can say very advanced animals with great feelings, with great senses, and even people call that beyond our physical five senses, we have sixth sense or sometimes even seventh sense, right? That we cannot clearly describe it, and you cannot see any kind of those like organs to sense it, but you feel it. You feel it. We can even have that. Like a psychological sense and also that spiritual sense, right? So be authentic is a super important. That's a foundation to build up any kind of true connections and true relationships. Okay, so that's the first point. And the second one is your attitude. What kind of attitude you want to show people? Are you, or for example, even though I know that every day we have like millions of thoughts, majority of them, 80% of them, maybe sometimes neutral or negative, and but when you are when you are connecting, building a relationship and connection, the most important thing is, I need to wear my earbuds because I just hear all the neighbors. Today's Monday, all the neighbors there are gardening, knowing is very noisy. All these machines are cleaning the lawn, mowing the lawn. So I hope now the quality is better. So the second one is show the attitude to be both positive and supportive. The positive, and especially like if the more positive you are and energetic you are, you really like that magnet to attract more people, because people are really attracted by energy, right? I still remember years ago, how many years, my gosh, it's like dozens of years ago already. I very clearly remember there was like there's a class, strangers together. We were attending like a career coaches coaching and training. Dozens of us people together in Manhattan. There's like a management a company that providing this kind of training. I remember we did not know each other, and during that time everybody was a little bit vulnerable, and during the financial crisis, and people were still looking for like new jobs, and they maybe already like some of them get lost their jobs from their previous companies. So it's quite like a most of the people is quite like, how to say, they were a little bit like feel limited, feel frustrated. They're not quite open to themselves. But among all the students, of course I was one of it is quite a little bit like a more positive. During that time I've not started my coaching business yet. I did not know that what is my next stop, right? I was still exploring, and I was a little bit like quite positive. But then there was another lady. She attracted all like our attention quite soon, because she was positively, ask questions, and she is like supporting others. She's giving some positive feedbacks to others, and she's always smiling. She's like quite like at her high vibes. Now you can see that her face is quite like in a pink, and she's quite like a magnet. You can feel that, and her energy is totally different from other people who's just like lost their jobs and don't know what's the next step and feel frustrated by the economy and their own situation. It's just not like an energy up, right? So, and she got to like stand out among the crowd, And that because of her energy, because of her positivity, and because of her support to each other. And she asks questions and ask others questions, and give others tips and hints, all this kind of thing, and also support the coaches and the training. So this kind of person, I noticed that she attract quite some followers immediately, because other crowds, they're they need leaders at the time, right? When you have good positive energy and supportive to other people, they immediately become like that little sun or magnet, attract other people. I notice other people ask her for the contact and want to connect with her, want to keep in touch after the training. So that's a big difference, right? Of your attitude and your energy, your presence. That's super important. Okay, that's a point 2. Now point 3. Point 3. Very interesting. Like I mentioned earlier, here some people want to emphasize be interested instead of interesting. No, I want to say be both interesting and interested. So what does that mean? Be interesting. Be interesting. Like earlier I mentioned that lady, she has the energy and she has some humors, that humor makes her, and also she has some great information to share, so that makes her interesting, right? But at the same time, you do not want to just be interesting and get all the attention to yourself. I say most importantly, if you want to build up a relationship, you want to show that you are interested, that you are curious and care about other people. You want to know what's their story. This is the most important thing. Like when two are together, if you keep talking, and always it looks like showing off yourself, and other people do not feel like they are heard, and then that's difficult to build up relationship, because all the people want to be heard. And that's why initially we said, all right, especially during the pandemic, it's lonely, maybe alone and lonely, and majority of the time you stay with the computer and doing your work and have no social time. And also, especially if you are entrepreneurs and you have more feeling lonely time. I remember yesterday I was listening to who's talking, uh, um, Louis Host. Yeah, Louis Host. He was invited to that event, and he was sharing with us some like the fears about you. What's your fears list, right? Some audience shared one of their fears list is feeling lonely, right? Feeling lonely that you are by yourself and there's nobody sharing your thoughts, sharing your emotions, like that. He shared that at his early youth, early age in 20s, that's his biggest fear. He could not stay by himself majority time. He always want to have some a family members or friends to be around, and if he go to any places by himself, he will feel awkward and embarrassed, right? So he realized that, and he decided to challenge himself. So he challenged himself 30 days to go outside to dining by himself, and book a table just for himself, and also go to movie theater by himself. So he challenged himself for 30 days, eventually felt and continued, right? And eventually helped him to overcome that biggest fear of himself, to be by himself, and until he started to enjoy being by himself, right? So this is one interesting part I'm talking about. How to that being feeling lonely, right? Let's majority of people will feel that. But going back to this topic, we said that be how to become both interesting and also interested. So when you are talking with somebody and communicating with somebody, you want to pay more attention to what they want to talk, right? And show your interest to ask about what's there. For example, what they are interested, what's their dream, what's their passion, what's their business, what's their products, what's their creation, right? What's about their team or whatever. So all these kind of things, focus on them, so that both you can learn more about them and at the same time show that you really you're curious, you care about them, and that will help you to become a person who really people want to build up a relationship and keep the contact with you. Okay, so that's number 3. Okay, and number four, it's really important, is now when it's your turn to share. You do not just chat the weather. Of course, okay, weather or sports or whatever, right? That's the normal things people share in networking. If you just want to build up a social relationship, or just a first time, how to say, break the ice, That's okay to start with that. But eventually you want to share more about what you truly love, what you truly believe. That's a super important key. That's the key for really impress people. Not you do this not just for impress people, but you want to build up real relationship. That people to really interest in you, right? So people love what kind of people? People love other people who has certain, they have passion, they have belief. They do not just want any normal people who is like mediocre people. They do not have anything they truly passionate about. They don't have any specific thing. This is okay. That is like so. Everything's like, oh, everything's great. Like that kind of level. People will feel like, either it's not authentic, or another one is like, this person is too boring. There's no meaningful life, right? Even though maybe other people have not figured out what they are truly passionate about, but they will be interested in those people who have their true passions, who know what they are doing, who know their life's purpose and meaning, and especially if their business is already doing what they love to do, what they got called to do. And especially when you share what you believe, what you truly believe, because that's a true person. If you do not have any specific beliefs, that's not like you like a person without how to say, without a core, without your own wisdom, without your own how to say, that kind of your mindset. Everything's like not clear for other people. Then you cannot build up very deep relationships. So people will really love other people who has their passion, their love, and also their belief. Okay, and especially, and don't worry about sometimes your beliefs maybe. By the way, here is not about politics. Okay, don't talk about the politics in a networking or in a connection salon. So it's really more focused for life, for your business. What's your wisdom, what's your beliefs, you build up your life experience, right? And also your life stories. Everybody loves stories. Actually, that's what I should add here. Not just that, not just you believe, but also through your life stories, your life journey, how you get to that point. For example, you do not just say, oh, I believe in love, or I believe in God, or I believe in da da da, but really share some story that can show your belief and show people the journey, how you went through some transformation and get to that belief point. That will make people really help them understand how you develop that kind of beliefs, and to also it's like a proof how that beliefs is really like it's really legitimate, and also it's how to say, proven that you really went through life's really deep journey to get to that point. That makes your beliefs even stronger. Okay, so that's the point 4. Okay, so there I added the point is like really share stories. People love to hear stories, like they love those storytellers. If you can share your life stories and also maybe your other life stories, and if you really can vividly share with other people and use the stories to convey some ideas or some truths or some wisdom you want, inspirations you want to share other people, it's much easier for them to understand. So that's why during public speaking, right, all people like if they blah 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 talk, and even though they are very motivating, and you may forget after end of it, right, you may forget it, but if they share some great life stories, those stories, how they get to the epiphany stories, or maybe their transformations and their breakthrough stories, you will remember. And then you will remember the truth or the inspirations or wisdom behind that story. So that's even better sharing and teaching. Okay, so that's a number 5. And then number six, provide values. How to provide values? Of course, like through the previous ideas we shared, like when you share your life stories, when you share your passion and your belief or your journey, right, it's already very helpful, it's already valuable. And then how you can add more values is sometimes it's really go out beyond your comfort zone. For example, you care about that person struggling, what they are lacking or what they are looking for, what they are searching for, and you add some value to that. For example, you share some helpful resources. And I remember for all the people who could not, for example, for those developing country people, they are really passionate and interested in my coaching. They loved my coaching. They loved all my messages. I heard that they said that they send me Facebook messages that they watch every episode of my video on my YouTube channel. So I feel very happy for that. But at the same time, they could not afford my coaching. So I will not just stop there. I will still provide, for example, I will recommend those books for them to read because books are much cheaper than people can afford. So they were so appreciative for that kind of values I can add to them. I didn't care if they can afford me for my coaching or not, but I really care that person's growth. So that's a value you can add. And some other times people are looking for some resource, right? They want to find partners in certain areas, and you share your resources. For example, that's why I built up our Facebook group, Abundant Entrepreneurs. So people could connect with other entrepreneurs and share in this community. And every Thursday is our highlight time. We highlight our members, their creation, their offers. So we give you all these kind of opportunities to support you. So that's a value you want to provide. Like for example, if you have some connections, if you have some industry resources, or if you found some great resources online, you can all recommend to other people to save their time and provide new resources and new inspirations to them. For example, you can also recommend your great mentors. I always I love Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, Russell Brunson, many mentors, right? Whenever I had some great events, I would share with my network as well. For example, if they have challenge events, I will share my challenge experience with my community. So people get that they get to know this event, and also they can get inspired to take that challenges as well. So all these kind of things there are so many ways you can contribute. Okay, add really values. Even though through your passions, through what you love to do is the best value to other people, but at other time, right, you can still add different kind of values. If people do not directly become your clients, you can still add values. Okay, so that's the 6 points today I want to share with you. And now it's your turn. I really want to say that if you want to become if you want to have a great partnerships, great friendships through your way, don't complain or don't just feel pity about yourself that you feel lonely or you do not have enough resources or not enough partnerships or even team to work with you. Think more about how you could become that magnet. And many people, they feel troublesome. They do not want to go outside of their comfort zone. Especially now, I feel for example, both I've been experienced in both a Western market and also Eastern market. And recently I'm doing some marketing with Chinese market as well. It's from my home country's people in the US. I just found it doesn't matter it's Western or Eastern. Maybe Eastern people are more conservative, more introvert, right? But Western world as well, majority people, even though they are entrepreneurs, they do not want to go outside of their comfort zone to contribute to other people. They many focus on their business. Do you understand what I mean? It's just they want to get you as their clients. If you are not their clients or potential clients or prospect, they do not want to bother to spend time or contribute values with you. Quite entrepreneurs, some majority of them are at that level. Otherwise, our communities will be more active, right? And only a few very active ones, they don't care about, they're really doing what they love to do, right? They don't care if people become their customers or not. They're still contributing their values. They're still trying to helping people. They're still sharing their inspirations every day. So that's abundant state I want to emphasize. But not so many people are really living in such kind of abundant state. Most people are a shorter side. They want to get customers, they want to get money, and they do not want to give too much beyond what they can receive, right? But I remember Tony Robbins mentioned give more, much more, okay, much more than you expect to receive. This is really not just like for, this is really like I should say it's from a mindset of abundance. Because if you are really love doing what you do, and if you are doing what you are called to do, money is not your big concern anymore. You're not here doing things for money. Like every morning I do the like meditation and incantation. I told myself, I remind myself that I have abundant wealth and freedom. I serve God and people. It's here. That's my purpose. Part of my purpose is love, serve, and fulfill. Right? I serve God and people, and money loves me and serves me, and that's my philosophy. Money loves me and serves me. So money will never be my master. So I'm here doing all my things, including now our Momentum Monday. Right? We'll be doing this the 37th session. I never thought about doing this for money. Of course, I want more money. I would love money. Right? I'm also developing my relationship with money to be. I hope I could develop more passion and love with money as well. I used to pay much less attention to money, but now I also want to have more money to help more people. Of course, to have better quality of my life with my kids, and also I want to really use the money as a tool to help more people. So it's great, right? It's great to have a money, but really, all the contributions, all the values we're adding here is not for money, and that make everything really meaningful. At the same time, I'm so grateful that there are so many non-profit organizations and people, they are providing great values and helping people, right? But this world is so big. We need more. We have over 7 billion people and almost like close to 8 billion people, and so many like continents and countries, hundreds of countries. We need more people to have such kind of abundant mindset, and also to give more values than they expect to receive. That's only that way our world will become more positive, more valuable, and more fulfilled with love and compassion, right? So that's why I want to emphasize all these 6 points, that when you build up connections, you want to focus on contributing the energy, contributing the possibility, right? Contributing your authenticity. That's super important in this world. And also contributing your passion, your love, your compassion, and your values. Okay, every day, not just one day. Okay, not just one season or 1 year, but every day. Can you do that? Can you do that? And also, you are not doing this just for like attracting connections. Of course, we all want attracting connection. That's today what we want to focus on, get more connections. But eventually you get more connections because you want to generate greater impact and help more people, and eventually need more people to help more people. So that's in my purpose is in the movement as well. I call it abundance of all. Abundance of all. What I believe in abundance of all. Okay, here's I want to implement what I share with you, right? Share my passion and my belief. The abundance of all. I believe that through my journey, right? I yesterday attended the Power to Pivot. My two pivot. One is during the last financial crisis, right? I lost my job in the Fortune 100 company. I pivoted into coaching and entrepreneurship. That's a big pivot through 6 months, over 6 months of exploration, discovery, and also the career coaches help, and that research and all this kind of exploration. I found my true purpose and passion to become a coach. Initially, I started as a happiness coach to help other visionary entrepreneurs and professionals. Initially, I almost like helped everybody to discover their passion, their purpose, and start to do what they love. Because that's my truly, I believe that everybody should not just work for money or work for whatever the society thinks that should be the right way. They should all find their true purpose and passion, do what they love, so that every day could be meaningful. So that's the beginning. I started my coaching business, and then through the way, quite a few years into my coaching, and I met a big like a personal emotional drama time, because my husband betrayed me, and my world totally turned like up and down. I almost lost my faith, because that love and marriage, everything is the biggest part of my faith. And because of his betrayal, I found that I almost lost my faith. And during that time, I totally lost my hope, and everything was in the darkness. I even lost my wish or my hope to keep living. I even tried suicide. But God saved my life and turned me into another side, and finally getting me into another side, to another darkness, the tunnel. For quite a few years I struggled in it for quite a few years, but when every day, one step by little by step, okay, step by step, when I get out to another tunnel, I truly found I was transformed from pieces. I was totally broken to pieces like sand, and reformed, resurrected into a new life, a life with abundance. Even though I could not smile, even though during that time I could not find happiness anymore, I found abundance. I call myself, I fell into abundance. I lost my first love, but I fell into abundance. That abundance is that belief, is that faith, and that call. And I'm here. My life is not just for one man. My life is for the whole human beings, for the abundance of all. And that's where I get into my beliefs. I believe everyone is born with abundance, and everyone every day, and through my last few years, every day after I get like resurrected, and every day I resurrected and recollect my energy and connected with that abundance energy with God. That made me almost like a miracle transformation for myself, and I published my book and get it to the best-selling onto Amazon, and then I become a brave public speaker and even get an award on NASDAQ, on Harvard Club of Boston. So those transformation journeys only occurred after I went through life's that kind of a special journey. Initially you thought it's hopeless, but then it became a blessing. It became like a really purposeful. And now I understand that life is really happening for us, not to us, right? So that's my epiphany moments, and also my pivot time. Now I get into the abundance soul leadership coaching. That's the next level of my coaching. So I get into deeper understanding. And this is what I believe, right? And every day you can create new abundance. You are born with abundance, and now every day you are the creator, and you can create new abundance. And ultimately, we all, every one of us, no matter what kind of a races you're from, right? What kind of background, what countries, all kind of levels, what ages or what genders, we all united in this abundance worldwide, in this greatest abundance. So that's my belief through all these journeys I just shared with you, my pivot stories. And through those stories, through my experience, I get into these beliefs and abundance of all movement that I'm needing now. And I can see that vision, that this one, I am contributing my best values to empower other people become the best of themselves. So, okay, that's my points. I hope you get that, and I hope you get inspired and are really empowered to help you become this magnet, people magnet. No matter what kind of business you are doing, it's all people business. Even though you are producing some like manufacturing products, but eventually it's people business. You are providing services, products, and values to help people to fulfill some kind of results, to get some benefits, and eventually make this world better, right? So we are all in this people business, no matter what kind of products you're providing. So if you are in this people services, what kind of a person you want to become? You want to become that magnet of people? You know, just like I said, I sometimes I pray to God that God make me that kind of a fisher, right? Become that fisher, get my people that I can help, I can inspire, I can empower, so that they can become powerful, they can become leaders, they can impact many other people. So that's today's point I want you to get, that become this magnet, follow your call, share your beliefs and your love, and share your best attitude and your passion, your authenticity, and contribute to your values, so that you can connect with more other great peoples and who are meant to be served by you. And together we are in this ultimate greatest abundance, and we can make this world and make other people's lives much, much better than today. All right, thank you so much for today's Momentum Monday. I hope you enjoyed it and share with me under my video. Let me know what's your best inspiration. I hope you will watch the replay if you were late, okay? Watch the replay and get the great inspirations. And look forward to hearing your stories and also your connections, breakthroughs through our helping, okay? Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your week and have a fun today, okay? Bye-bye.